Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our daily word this morning. We have started a new week, this week of December the 5th, as we continue our journey through Advent and make our way to Bethlehem and to Christmas and all the celebration that entails. We, of course, yesterday lit the candle of peace, and so now in worship, maybe in your homes, we've lit the candle of hope. And we have put flame to the candle of peace. This week is the candle of joy. It is the pink candle. It's traditionally called Gaudete Sunday, and the pink candle is the shepherd's candle. And so we will light that this week. This Wednesday, we will gather for our second Advent Wednesday night. And this Wednesday night, we're going to talk about Elizabeth, who is the mother of John the Baptist. We're going to talk about how important she is in this story and how she can teach us as our ancestors have taught us. And so we're going to talk about how she helps us in our journey through Advent. And then we'll continue to talk about our own ancestors as we move forward. So hopefully you'll join us Wednesday night. We're going to have a baked potato bar with all kinds of fixings, and we're going to have salad, and we'll have dessert. Mindy Heiler is going to make some really excellent cookies. So hopefully you'll join us Wednesday night at 6 o'clock for all of that. So this morning, I've chosen for our text this one verse from Psalm 27, verse 4, and it says this: "One thing I ask of the Lord, and that I will seek after, to live in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to behold the beauty of the Lord, and to inquire within God's temple." So you've heard me say before, and I've shared it with you, that every morning when I'm in this building, I come in here. I come into the sanctuary. I come to check things. I come to pray. I come to be in the silence. This morning I was at breakfast at a local restaurant, and they weren't busy, but there were a group of 4 men kind of across the way, and they were fine in their conversation, and the waitresses were having a good time, and they were laughing. But it was, to me, it was noisy. And so when I went to pay my bill, I said to the waitress, I'm going to go to my office where it's quiet. And she said, "You think it's noisy here?" And I'm like, "No, just noisier than I need to be at the moment." And so I always arrive here. One of the things I think about when I'm here during the week, early in the morning often, is the empty pews. And I think about all the months, all the Sundays that we gathered for worship, and it was only virtual. And there was me and the worship leader. There was the pianist, there was the person running the sound and the PowerPoint, and the camera. For all of my life, 37 years, and well, really 57 years, the rhythm of my week has included walking through the church doors as a child, as a parent, as a pastor, and to know what this means to be in this place. It's a place of holiness, it's a place of quiet. It's, though forever for me, a place of people, a place of gathering. We were talking about ancestors last Wednesday night. And we were talking about some of our personal ancestors, but it was interesting to hear the conversation make a turn to the ancestors of this place. And we kept naming them and naming them. And many of them, I can look out today, and many of them, I can see them in their pews. I can name them by name. They were important in my life. They were instrumental in the life of the church. And I think about them, and I think about the extreme loss of all of those people in our lives. And not that they're not just here, but that somehow this gathering of all of our lives has changed. But it's a reminder to me, and I thought about it yesterday. It's a reminder to me that this church isn't a place where we go by ourselves. Much of what I know about God, almost everything I know about God, has been revealed to me in gatherings of faithful, engaged people in learning or grieving or singing or questioning or worship. Everything I know about God, almost every single thing I know about God, has been revealed to me in places like this. Gathered with faithful people, having the courage to ask the hard questions, to be together and sharing grief together, to share in the joy of what we do in life together, to pause and pray together, to light an Advent candle, to share in a children's sermon, even if it's only one or two kids, to talk about peace. I miss many people who used to gather in this place. And I grieve it. And for folks who've stopped coming for whatever the reason is, I grieve that. And then I'm reminded that church, God's house, isn't necessarily a place, but it's a relationship with God and with others. It's where we work to do the work of God together. And, church has changed. Our lives have changed. Patterns of life have changed. It's difficult. But then the scripture gives us this reminder. One thing I ask of the Lord that I will seek after, to live in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to behold the beauty of the Lord and to inquire in God's temple. When we gather collectively, when we're together, when we are together like this on a daily basis, I continue to be reminded that what I know about God has come from many, many people gathered in gatherings just like this. Sunday mornings, Sunday nights, Wednesday mornings, Wednesday night, Thursday morning Bible studies, whatever it is. And so it's my prayer that we'll find a sense of what it means to gather again someday. Maybe not in my tenure. Maybe I'll do something else first. But that I know that we do our very best to engage each other, in this knowledge and revelation of who God is. Before church, I go around and talk to people and have interesting conversations. And in those conversations, I'm reminded that it's in that, too, that God is revealed and that we learn about who God is. So I pray that in this day where the wind's blowing hard, whether you're in a really noisy place like I was early this morning or a quiet place like this, that God will continue to be revealed to you and that you'll seek after God in all of your lives. Thanks for joining me today. Thanks for joining me for all days. Thanks for hanging in there. And for whatever days we have left, we continue to be together and ask God to be revealed in us. Have a great day. Know of God's love that surrounds you. Know of my love for all of you. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock.